Welcome in everyone to a brand new Fortnite video. Today we're going to be talking about the fact that the Cuddle Team Leader head from Chapter 3 is now on the Chapter 5 island and what that means for live events, what is happening in Fortnite. Is Chapter 3 coming back? Chapter 2? What in the world is happening? Today we're going to be talking about that, answering all your guys' questions. Before we get started, if you guys really want to help support, make sure you click that like button. It really does help. If you have time, just click it and then back to full screen. Thank you guys so much. So let's grab this chest. Alright, let's head down to the Cuddle Team head. So as you know, in Chapter 3, as you can see, the Cuddle Team Leader head was on the map over that one mountain. Then we also had it in Chapter 4, Season 1. And now we have it in Chapter 5, Season 4. So the leakers are saying also that the Chapter 3 map is back in the files. So that means we're going to be getting it back in some certain way. People are saying after the Chapter 2 event that we're going to be going back to Chapter 3, which is a very interesting concept. You know how in Chapter 2 the map flips and we get Chapter 3. So some people think we're not going to be getting a Chapter 6. We're going to be going back to Chapter 3, which I don't really love, but it could be happening. But as you can see, this is the bear head. So I really don't think we should go back to Chapter 3. I think if you ask a lot of Fortnite players, they don't really want to go back to Chapter 3. We all wanted to go back to Chapter 1 OG and Chapter 2 OG, but not really Chapter 3. Not everyone loved Chapter 3, but Fortnite could be changing and could be wanting to go back to Donald Mustard's storyline. As everyone knows, Donald Mustard's storyline did get abruptly ended by when he was getting fired and leaving the organization. So they sped up Chapter 3 just to get that correct stuff. So a lot of people are saying that we're going to be going back to Chapter 3 just to be talking about certain stuff and going back to the 7, that stuff. As you can see, Credible Leaker HypeX tweeted out that Chapter 3 has been added back to the files. So this could either mean that we're going back to Chapter 3 in the live event, or we could possibly get in a Chapter 3 reload map, which I don't hate, but I also don't love Chapter 3. It was not my favorite chapter. I did like Chapter 1, Season 3, where we got all the, tornadoes and Spider-Man mythics. I thought that was a good season. Season 2, 3, and 4 all weren't very memorable. Could you tell me in the comments right now what was in Chapter 3, Season 2? Nothing. 0 build, and that was it. Overall, I think Chapter 3 was kind of a boring chapter, and I wouldn't really love going into an old chapter when we could get a new map and new stuff instead of going back to Chapter 3. We could technically be going back to Chapter 4, which I'd love, but that's probably unlikely. But it was in the Chapter 4 map as well as the Chapter 3 map, the Cuddle Team Leader head, so anything could be possible. And then the last place we also had the Cuddle Team Leader head was during the Fortnite Chapter 4 live event. It was floating in space, so Epic could have just put it in as a teaser, and it could be nothing about Fortnite, storyline. But since the map is back, a lot of leakers are telling people and telling me that it will be coming back in some fashion. Either after the Chapter 2, we get the mini OG. You guys know how we're getting the mini OG from November to December. And then the map's going to flip. So people are saying, yeah, by the way, we're going to be getting Chapter 3 after Chapter 2. Which I don't love, but that could be happening. Because Donald Mustard did get fired and his storyline didn't get finished. And Charlie Wang, the new CEO, could be wanting to finish his story, how he left it off. So yeah, Chapter 3 was added back to the files. This is now able to work on our current map. So we could literally right now technically go back to Chapter 3 with no repercussions, and Fortnite could just add it back whenever they wanted. So do I think we're getting a Chapter 3 reload map? I personally don't think we're getting that. I think it has to do with the end season live event that we're getting. Obviously we're going to the Chapter 2 map, but maybe before we go there, we're on the Chapter 3 map, and it reverse flips back over. You know, from Chapter 2 to 3, the map's flipped. So I personally think it will be opposite, where we teleport to the Chapter 3 map, then it flips back to the Chapter 2 map, which that could be very, very sick. But as I said earlier, the second half of Chapter 3 was rushed due to Donald Mustard's retirement. So Fortnite could really want to be going back to pay homage and to really finish that storyline. And instead of all the 7 just instantly dying to Chrome, we could expand the storyline, steal him from the Chapter 3 map, and take him back to the Chapter 2 map, which I think could be a really interesting concept. We've never actually, to this day, got his intended finale for the 7. So I think that they could be really wanting to recreate this. I honestly think this is 100% true, and I think sometime during the live event, we're going to be going back to the Chapter 3 map, which could be insanely cool. But if Charlie Wynn and his team are actually wanting to do this, I have a good feeling that this will be an insane event. OG Chapter 2 will be insane, and then the following chapter is going to be really cool. They're going to be going back to storylines. We're actually going to have something to follow again, which I think Fortnite really needs. Fortnite's been really dry without a certain storyline, so I think Chapter 3 could do that. So yeah, thank you, Evan, for hearing my theory, what I'm pretty sure is going to be happening in Fortnite. If you guys have any theories, comment down below what you guys think is happening with Chapter 3. But thank you, truly, everyone watching. Make sure you like, subscribe. Thank you guys so much for the video support.